It's all of the Saturdays in the studio. Morning, everyone. You all right?
Yeah.
I don't know where to direct my attention. This is quite overwhelming for me. I like this. You guys are surprisingly awake for this time in the morning. Used to the early starts?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, we've had a few, coffees and teas between us as well, so that's always a good thing.
Who usually takes the longest to get ready in the morning?
Molly.
Sorry, Mum.
Wasn't even an
Thanks,
argument.
guys.
There was no debate.
Who's sort of like the most organised one? Is there somebody who's ready to leave?
Michelle.
Really?
I'm good to go.
Look how shocked he was, Rosh.
Yeah, why were you so shocked about
I don't know. I'm not suggesting that you come across as the flakiest one of the group. I'm just saying.
You did a little there, Deb.
I just didn't think, that's all. Well, it's very nice to see all of you. We were just having a little bit of a memory session with Rochelle, because I think the last time I saw you was very long time ago. You were very young. I actually feel like an old man now.
We used to present on the same show, right?
That's right. We used to do Kids Telly. How old was you then? When you
Well, when you knew me, like 15.
I'm such an old man.
Do you feel old now?
I really do. Yes, I really do.
I still feel quite young, which is good.
Thanks for that. Well, a lot has changed since then, and namely, I mean, you're not really girls anymore. You're like young ladies. You've matured. And
That's nice.
the sound is very different as well. Has that been a conscious effort to sort of change with the image, change the sound as well?
No.
I wouldn't say so. We just try to kind of, do the best music we can. We're on to our 4th album now, so we like to kind of progress with each album, definitely.
And we're lucky that we sing pop music. You can kind of, you're not committed to one, we can try pop R&B, pop dance, and that's how we have fun experimenting. So yeah,
nice.
it's fun.
I can't go any further without acknowledging that there is somebody who's a bit wounded today, and I'm actually sharing a similar wound. Are you all right? You're all right, Dan.
I'm okay. I twisted my ankle at Carnival yesterday.
Oh, dear.
I don't know if that's my own fault.
Yes,
partying all day.
yes.
I'm raving a bit too hard to that soca music. Well, yeah. I've done something similar. I think I've broken a bone in my foot doing the same thing. Yeah,
really?
I know. How's that? Are you going to be able to perform and stuff with a twisted ankle? Are you going to have to be like Jessie J and sit on a throne?
She's done that before.
I hope
actually.
not.
Really?
This has happened to me before. I feel like
She's very accident prone.
I am indeed.
Well, I was going to say that's probably like the hazards of the job, isn't it? Sort of on-stage accidents and stuff. You must have
That
been.
happened to her actually. Vanessa on her first tour. Just right before she went on stage on her second night, she tripped over a wire and she twisted her ankle and she had to sit down for the whole rest of the tour. So she's done it before.
The funniest part of that is that she come out last every night on stage, and she was always behind me. So I'm just acting like everything's normal. I turn around like, oh, she's not there. Oh, she's on the floor, and she was kind of looking up, laughing at the same time. But I couldn't. When someone's crying and it looks like they're laughing, so I was kind of, yeah, what's going on? And then she didn't come out.
And then she never sung.
I think she just injures herself when she's just had enough.
Bit of sympathy.
She's like, I'd love some time off.
No, but the best bit was on this tour when she did the first night, we were like, where's Vanessa? Because obviously she just didn't appear on stage. And then we were doing a Rihanna kind of medley, and she came out on a wheelchair to Shut Up and Drive.
Yeah.
We were like, brilliant.
We were gonna get her like massive
timing,
wheels,
by the way.
I love that.
spinning rims.
I love that. Might as well go all out if you're going to do it. I mentioned this a few minutes ago that there was, when I turned up for work this morning, there was one lonely guy outside waiting for you lot.
Oh, really?
Since like 5 o'clock this morning he's been waiting for you. Were there more out there when you guys
he's got
come back?
friends now.
He's got
All right,
friends.
good.
Yeah,
I'm very
that's
glad.
good.
You have a very dedicated fan base,
We
don't
do,
you?
we do. We're very lucky.
There's I've got all sorts of emails and texts about apparently I'd make somebody's day if I just said hello to Frankie for him. There we are.
Hello.
That's from Jamie and Neil designing the British Navy's new aircraft carriers. Check them out.
Hello, Jamie and Neil. Check you out.
Well, if it's alright with you lot,
Yeah.
because as you can imagine, there's a lot of people who want to ask you lots of different questions. And seeing as we were a little bit goofy with Katie earlier on, I'm not going to let you lot escape
I love
the
that
same
word.
treatment.
Goofy.
I don't think it's used enough. Goofy.
I think you just brought that back there.
I was described as a goof by somebody the other day, so I sort of think, well, if you behave goofy, you are a goof.
You're
But
going old school.
I want to play your new single first.
Yay.
All fired up.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen the video for this yet. Are you playing with fire in the
You
video?
are missing out.
Really?
Actually
Yeah.
playing with water in the video.
Yeah, there's no
making
fire.
sense. Go on, sell it to me.
It's just kind of, Wow.
I'm sold. I'm watching it.
Lots of wind machines, lots of posing, and then we've got some dancers there. We've danced a little bit ourselves. We're in black outfits and we're in like different setups. We're on a turntable.
Not just any black outfit. Black leather outfit.
Yes.
And the dancers are in full-on latex dancing in
Stuff.
water.
I might just have to watch
we
it
asked
then.
to dance.
Thank you. I'm being fanned right now. Thank you. I didn't need that. There's never a point, right? You've got all the leather outfits on, your hair done and everything. The wind's blowing in your hair. You're sort of shaking it to the camera. Do you never think, what am I doing?
Yes, all the time. Every time.
You know when you think it, because like I'm like with my 4 best mates, right? Like, you know, it sounds cheesy, but it's true. And I look over at the girls and I'm like, oh no, Frankie's like pulling a sexy face. I just caught her. I don't need to see that. There's some things in life you don't
It is,
pretend.
but it's when you see them looking at you as well, and you're like, oh god, I look like I'm completely having myself right here. But you know,
I'm rating myself right now. It's not good.
You got to do what you got to do. I always do that. Oh, I don't really know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then the camera comes on, and I'm all, oh yeah.
Working.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, look, we'll play the new single. We'll continue talking with the Saturdays. After this is All Fired Up on BBC Radio 1. All Fired Up.
Dev on BBC Radio 1. Radio 1.
I'm sure we'll stick pictures and stuff up online afterwards, but I wish you could see what I'm seeing right now. It's just all of the Saturdays just smiling at me. I can think of worse places to be right now. Have you guys woke up extra early to get ready, or did you just roll out of bed looking like this?
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Well, no, it didn't really. I went. It was my friend's birthday last night, and I got in a little late. So yeah, today it was like minimum time.
Well, I've been up for hours, Dev, just getting ready for
Really?
you.
Oh,
Since
thank
about
you.
3 a.m. I've been getting ready.
You should see her before she gets
takes her a
ready.
while.
I'm a beast.
You're making the girls in the studio a little bit upset. I think even one of them went to go and apply more lip gloss after seeing it. She came in, she was like, they look beautiful. They're sitting there right now, they look beautiful. I'm going to go put on some more lip gloss. Well, it's Lady Day today. Celebrating everything ladies.
Is it actually, or is it just here?
Do you know
You
what?
just decided.
Not really, just because
Okay.
we had you lot on and we had Katie before. Might as well,
power.
let's make something out of it. So, we did something with Katie earlier. I didn't sound right. We're going to do something similar with you guys right now. We want to find out how well you know each other. You obviously spend a lot of time in the same company. Don't know if you live with each other. So I imagine in my mind you lot live in a big Saturday's house.
And do we have pillow fights?
What?
and
Yeah.
sleepovers?
pillow fights, sleepovers, you do each other's hair.
Why is it always the guys that picture that?
Is it not like that?
Yeah, it's always the guys.
Can you
picture.
just pretend it is
Yes.
like that, please?
Of course we
Even
do.
like a massive mansion, a bit, you know, a bit
Yes.
like the Playboy mansion.
Yes.
Like, that's how it is.
like that.
Yes, well look, I want to see how well you lot know each other. So what basically happened was we gave you a bit of paper when you were waiting in the live lounge.
Yes.
Asked you to answer some questions. I'm going to find out if you know the answers to them. So, first up, it's quite an interesting one we've been discussing in the studio all morning. Does anybody know who Rochelle's weird old man crush is? Before you answer, my one is Sean Connery.
Okay. Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only because he looks quite rugged.
Yeah.
Looks like he's quite witty. But I mentioned this earlier, he looks like he'd get quite cold when he's sort of lost interest in you. Do you know what I mean? He seems like the kind of person
You've really thought about
who wouldn't
this.
call you back, he'd still give you
He
the cold
wouldn't treat you
shoulder.
right and he'd be chasing that.
Do you know?
Yeah,
I just-
okay, I hear
Yeah.
you.
Do you like the chase though, Dev?
I think so. It's all
Everyone
about the
loves the
chase,
chase.
isn't
Everyone loves
it?
the chase.
No, I hate the chase.
No,
Really?
it's chase
Oh,
too.
bore off with the chase. If you like me, let me know.
Oh, it's just going to turn into a different show.
Merry
Do you want to talk about it?
Yeah.
I think I know the answer.
I think I do.
Can I just say something before I cause any kind of offence to this person? I hope that I've classed this guy old fairly. Like,
Right.
I don't want that. I don't want them to be like, oh, it's a bit of a weird crush,
No,
but I'm not that old.
You could definitely call him an old man.
Do you think so?
Yeah,
Okay, that's
definitely.
fine then. I'm cool with that.
Who do you reckon it is, Frankie?
Simon Cowell.
Interesting.
Defo.
I'm going with that.
It is Rochelle. Your creepy, weird old man crush is Simon Cowell.
Do you
Explain.
know what? There's something about him that's a little bit like, he's so arrogant, isn't he? And he knows it. And I think there's something about that he's quite powerful and arrogant, and
Yeah.
kind of Yeah, I'm not going to go into that. But you know, I just kind of think that is quite appealing.
What about the high trousers? Do you like that?
No, those have to go.
Really?
Yeah, no. I mean, this isn't like with a view to actually take this up. This is just like, you asked me who my weird old man crush
We'll
is.
leave it.
If I had to pick one, that would be him.
All right. It's 1 for 1. Does anybody know what Una would be and what she would do if she wasn't in the Saturdays? What job would she have?
Well, I know Una's had like every
she
job.
said loads.
Oh, one of those ones.
Una's been a nurse. She's been
Wow.
a secretary. I guess she'd be trying. She's been a lifeguard. I bet
She's been a lifeguard. I thought you said she wanted to be a lifeguard.
No, she's literally done everything.
She loves swimming though.
I'd say something to do with some. She loves the water.
Nah, you're cold right now, to be honest. You're freezing cold.
Before she was in the band, she was singer-songwriter in Ireland, gigging with her guitar.
Closer.
A songwriter.
A songwriter.
Trying to be
a solo artist.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't give it to you.
I could be doing that, but still trying to be.
Una, that's not what you put down in your bit of paper. You said I should be a wedding singer.
Oh my god, that was so specific.
You would have got that.
I said that because earlier on we were talking about weddings, and that every time we all go to a wedding, we're always asked to go up and sing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was kind of tying
Really?
into that.
You don't do it, do you?
Oh, it was always weddings.
Sounds so awkward.
Our family always volunteer us. That's what we were saying. Like,
Go on, get your house together.
sing a song. I'm like,
No.
My sister, I always like when they had the DJ at the end of the party. They always play the Saturdays, and I'm always like, oh my god, we've made it. They're playing us, and my sister's like, yeah, I requested that. I'm like, oh my god, it's so sad.
It's not the same, really, is it?
Yeah, no.
All right. This is a bit of an awkward one. I'm not even sure if I want to read this out, but we asked Frankie
Oh no.
who she would snog,
This was a really mean.
marry, or avoid.
Out of us.
No. Out of me,
Right.
Greg James, and Chris Moyles. First up, right? Out of those three, who do you reckon she'd snog?
I think she'd snog
Greg James.
You. I think she'd snog you. Marry Greg.
No, can I have a go? Let me have a go. Okay, I think she would marry. I think she'd snog Chris Moyles, marry you, and avoid Greg.
Anyone else have a go?
I think she would snog Chris. Marry you. No, marry Greg. Avoid you then.
You're nearly there. Basically, she would marry Chris, snog Greg, and avoid me. The bad smell. Is that the one you said?
Can I explain my answer?
You can try, Frankie, but to be honest,
Okay.
the hurt's already been done, so.
I basically went with marry Chris because he's older.
Right.
He's ready to
And-
settle.
This will be good.
You know, yeah, he's ready to settle, and it's a little bit scary, so you don't want to say, oh, I'll avoid him. Second of all, basically, the label guy said, don't avoid Chris. Second of all,
Tactical.
second of all, snog Greg, because he's quite cute. And then I had to say avoid you because you're here,
Yeah.
so it's like if I offend you, I can make up for it here. So
It'd be a bit awkward, wouldn't
She doesn't really want to say she wants to snog you when you're here.
it would be awkward. You know what I mean? We'd have that awkward moment where you're like, so are you going to snog me? And where I'm like, are you going to let me snog you? But basically, I'd rather snog you, obviously.
Right. Well, basically what I've heard, it's a little bit like when girls say, do you know what? I think you're like a brother to me, you know? You're like a brother.
It's not
That's
you,
what it
it's
felt
me.
like.
That's awful.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what it felt like. Well, look, we got to get into the news. It's all technical, like on the bank holidays. You got to do it exactly at the right time, or it sounds really weird. So, if you would like to ask the Saturday something, they're going to be hanging out for a little bit. I haven't just made that up. You are going to, aren't you?
Yes.
We are now.
81199 or email dev@bbc.co.uk. Like I say, they're going to hang out for the next couple of minutes. So anything you wanted to ask Saturdays, get it in now. So Ben Monday doing the news. Alright, I better make sure I get that one right. Alright, here we go. Alright, next a little bit of Valerie has come up to 9:30. We'll get latest news and sport now.